Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to cut my own hair for you to show you how you can cut your own hair at home. And this is really just more of a hair trim, not a haircut. So don't expect like a dramatic transformation. I'm going to show you the before and after. You'll see it looks barely different at all. It mostly just feels different, feels healthier. You get the split ends off. And this is a preventative measure to make sure that your hair doesn't get all like scraggly and in really bad shape, so then you need a major haircut. It's been over a year since the last time I got my hair cut, but I've been doing something like this every maybe 1 to 2 months or so, probably once every 2 months for the last year. And it just helps keep my hair in good shape as it grows longer so the ends don't get all ratchet looking. You don't need a lot of stuff to do this haircut, just a good comb, a couple of clips to mark sections out of the way, and then a nice sharp pair of scissors. I recommend you actually get hair cutting scissors rather than like kitchen scissors, so I'm linking the ones I have down below. First off, I would suggest starting with clean and dry hair. This is my hair just air dried. I prefer working on dry hair because you can see the results immediately. And so brush through all of your hair to make sure the tangles are out and it's all nice and smooth. Then you want to section off the front pieces, so the whole like face framing area. So that starts from the top of your head down to the back of your ear on both the right and left side, and tie those up and clip them so they are out of your face and you can see what you're doing. Otherwise your bangs are going to get in your face and make it really difficult. So get those clipped up. Next, you're going to split that whole back section in half. So just take one line down the center of the back of your head, and then you have a right and a left side to work with. And this is so you can pull it forward in front of your face so you can, again, see what you're working on. So I usually start with the right side, and I'll just trim a tiny, tiny bit off the bottom. And I'm talking about just dusting the ends, not taking off any length, but just clipping that little tiny end off in case it was starting to form a split end or it was kind of frayed. So maybe like a ½ centimeter, a really, really small amount. And I point cut instead of straight cut. That's a little bit more forgiving when you're doing a self haircut. So the line doesn't need to be perfectly level. You can be a little bit softer, and it gives you a softer edge that will like blend together easier with the other side. Work in small sections, like only the amount of hair that you can hold between 2 fingers easily and control it. And then at the end, you can bring the whole section together to make sure that it's even. Check both sides to make sure that they are even when they pull to the front, and then throw them to the back, brush it all together, and use a mirror to look back there to make sure that it looks at least even enough. It doesn't need to look perfect, and you should make sure that your expectations are not like looking for an exact perfect line, because it's probably not going to be that straight when you're doing this yourself, but you can get it the best that you can get it. Now here's a step for you only if you have previously had layers in your hair. If you have no layers, you skip this step, but for me, I am growing out layers, so I like to keep them trimmed just to, again, remove the split ends. So I'll take the crown section of my hair, so just the top, like a circle around the top of my head, and pull that straight up like troll hair, and then pull it down where I can see it and point cut off those ends. Then I'll do that step again with the entire back section, pulling it up again like troll hair all the way to the top. Make sure that I'm holding it tight, and then pull it down to where I can see and point cut those ends off. So trimming your layers this way, like vertically, will ensure that you don't have any harsh lines or choppy lines when your layers fall back down. Okay, now on to the front section. Now this is the face framing part, so it's the most important and the part that you want to be most careful with. So I really recommend taking your time. Each time you make any little trim, you look at it and make sure you're happy with the direction it's going before you do even more. So very small bits at a time. So for my front sections right now, I'm actually wanting to grow it all out to one length, but I do like having some face framing layers just like around my chin, but the lower section, I'm working on growing that out. So I'm only gonna trim just the layers that are right around my face to my chin level and not touch the bottom parts at all. So I have this sort of chunky area on my right side, which I just wanna blend that in and make it a more gradient, like smoother transition from bang down to layers. So all I'm gonna do is angle that chunk just a little bit more up towards my face, just so it blends in with the rest of it. So I'm really not taking much length off, really just changing the angle. And then same thing on my left side. These are just really wispy little bang layers, but I'm just changing that angle just ever so slightly so that it all like blends into the rest. And then I would recommend styling it the way that you normally like to style it, so you can see how it's all laying once you have it styled as well. Then if you see anything that you're not happy with, you can go in and fix it. But that's pretty much it. Not a dramatic change, like I said, because this is really just maintenance. It's not like a transformation, so the before and after really doesn't look much different, but it does feel different. It makes me feel fresher, and it helps me continue on my hair growth journey without feeling like I need a haircut. The total amount of hair I cut off is so small. I'm gonna show you in the dustpan just what a tiny bit of hair this is, so you can see it's really not a haircut, really just trimming the ends. If you liked watching this video, go ahead and slap a like on it to show me your support and help other people find this video too. And if you want, you can subscribe to my channel to see my future uploads. Leave me a comment in the section below to let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you with the next vid.